Hello everybody, it's me again. Well, I hope you all had a great Halloween. I know I did. I survived my daughter's party and it only took me 2 days to get all the yellow out of my hair. So, good stuff. Okay, this is Wednesday's lecture. So what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be talking to you about your M15 assignment, which is the Annotated Bibliography. When you folks do your final, because hopefully you've got your next draft for your midterm turned in, and now we're going to be focusing on your final paper in the last few weeks of this course. One of the things you're going to learn how to do is how to make what's called an annotated bibliography. That's a fancy way of saying a list of sources you use that are numbered and noted and where you got them from for your papers to prove your arguments and your points. Okay? Now, if you go down to M15 assignment, annotated bibliography, it's in, of course, the module that is M15. Well, an annotated bibliography, what it basically is, it's a list of sources with notes. It should come in handy when it comes time to outline as well. Now, the assignment that you'll be doing, it uses a quiz format to help you assess and organize your sources and their information. However, it counts for 100 points in the assignment category. So don't blow it off. Get it done. Okay? This goes especially for folks who haven't made it to class the last couple of weeks. You're going to want to get these things in place. I don't like failing anybody, just fair warning. Okay? Well, using the tips you learned when we did the M14 lesson evaluating online sources, things like don't choose a source that's more than 5 years old and so forth. Well, your search for sources for your research paper is going to basically make up the sum of this assignment. So as a reminder, you can see what prompt for your research paper is at the M15 prompt final. Okay? But again, your final is a little ways off, a good 5 or 6 weeks yet. You want articles with data you can use to compare two countries or organizations. Remember the prompt, if you've had a chance to take a look at it, one prompt is, and you can, it's highlighted with a link on the M15 assignment, okay, which, I believe it's which of these two countries would you want to live in, or which of these two countries would you want to work in, okay? You want articles with data, hard data that you can use to compare two countries or organizations. You also might want to research questions like these. If you're doing prompt 1, what are the cultures of the two places like? How safe are the countries? How good is the education system? If you've got kids, this is kind of important, and this definitely would matter. And what is the cost of living in the country? Yes, you might be making the American equivalent of $80,000 to teach English, but what if the cost of living is 3 times what it is here in the United States? And there are places like that. If you're doing prompt 2, well, how well do those businesses treat their employees? Where can you find out that kind of information? Have employees sued them? And if so, over what? That kind of information is public knowledge, public record. You can look at it, even if it's not your lawsuit. Well, how well have these companies adapted to things like the coronavirus pandemic and so forth, okay, and a whole lot of other political movements and events that have kind of shaped things in the last few years? What's the company's financial outlook? How likely are they to go belly up or be incredibly profitable? And are they expecting any layoffs soon? If they are, you may not want to jump on board a sinking ship. So, you're going to try and balance the information you find. Remember, we talked about counter-arguments. For example, if you find out how much money the first organization made, then also find out how much money the other organization made so that you can balance them out. This one is more profitable than this one, but this one has better benefits and salaries than this one. So, what your assignment tells you to do: save 2 sources about each country or organization for a total of 4 sources. 2 in the country, 2 on each country, or 2 on each organization, depending on which prompt you pick, that you can use for your research paper. For example, you could have 2 sources about France, 2 sources about Thailand, where one of my cousins lives. Or you could have 2 sources about working for the Hyatt Hotel and 2 sources about working for Papa John's Pizza. Woohoo! You'll probably need more than 4 sources for your research paper, but this assignment is just meant to get you started, okay? Don't use the same articles as the ones given in the examples that Dr. Fung gave when she put this assignment together, okay? Do not use the same, do not use the examples that are given as hand-in pieces, okay? So, Dr. Fung recommends saving the articles on Google Drive, email, or PDF, okay? That's a printer delivery file. Okay, so for example, articles on EBS co-host offer options for Google Drive and email down the right side. The PDF full text will be on the left side if it's available. Not all articles have that option. I often will email important things to myself to make sure that if I can't find the paper, well, the cloud has it handy, usually. Okay? Well, please make sure you save every article like this that you think you might use. Because sometimes you may think they're going to stay there, but articles get removed from the database. You might find an awesome, perfect article for your piece, and it's been there in that database for 10 years, and it's been erased 1 week after you find it. So make sure you download it or somehow make sure that it's accessible after you find it. Okay? Don't just leave it there. When you're making the article to yourself, make your subject headline memorable so you don't mistake it for spam. Also, choose MLA if possible for the citation format. Okay? Also, note that if you come across a useful article that is not in the TCC database, you can still use it so long as it comes from a credible source. Keep that URL, the address, the web address of the page handy. Print a PDF of it to save to your Google Drive. Remember, also check that article's credibility. So this is called a graded quiz. It's worth 100 points, and it is an assignment. So what you're going to want to do is basically go to it, get down there, get a total of 4 articles, okay, and have them ready for Monday. Sound good, everyone? Okay, we'll talk more about it on Monday, but do have them turned in at that point to the graded quiz piece. All right? And I'll see you folks later. Thanks so much. You guys have a great night. Looking forward to seeing you on Monday. Bye-bye.